गिराते ही रहता हूँ, कुछ भी कर रहा हूँ मैं।
Strike a pose! Letting brave names echo! Light of the blazing sun!
Settle down.
अगर पेंडेंस नहीं करा था क्या मैंने? अभी से पेंडेंस पड़े होंगे मुझे नहीं देंगे। अब थोड़ी ना हुआ कि पेंडेंस दे अच्छा आर्टिफैक्ट दे दे। अच्छा आर्टिफैक्ट तो पता नहीं कौन से साल में मिलेगा। अच्छा
Light it up! Pyroclastic surge!
Settle down.
एक एक करके करूँगा मैं। अरे यार यहाँ सीढ़ी नहीं दिया जा रहा है इनसे। Dense, dense. ये करना है। और स्टोरी कर लेते हैं। डेलिस कर लेते हैं पहले छोड़। डेलिस किधर है? इतना कंफ्यूज क्यों है क्यों है?
Add Astra.
ये लिनोरा
Thank you for Add Astra.
अब क्या करना होगा? 15 5 स्टार देते हैं कम वक्त ढींचा कहीं के गेम शो ढींचा के चीची टाइम अबे हर जगह में पिटे चीची टाइम डिले का है मेरा ना चीची टाइम कितना हराओगे ना फिर तो फिर के शर्म नहीं आ रही तुमको चीची टाइम तुमने मत ना हरा के मारूंगा स्टोरी कर लो भाई ये तो करना है आजा बीसी आजा घर बस आया तो आजा खुला रखा आया मैं
Well,
Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
अरे यार तुम स्ट्रीम कब करोगे ये बताओ पहले
Escoffier only picked up.
करोगे या नहीं करोगे
Hey, that? Well, back in the day, for instance, so rare was Modest and especially Modest.
45
He was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius.
Paimon's heard this.
What? No, of course. Anyway, and that was it. Even then, it. Yes. What? Case in point. Even the gâteau.
ट्रांसफर उड़ गया था
Like I said. So, as for why we gave.
Oh.
ऐसा काम क्या क्यों करते हो उड़ा दिया ट्रांसफर
Anyway, before I left.
अच्छे काम करा करा ना तुम
So, why is she so interested? Could it be...
Well, it may be from her. You.
What?
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our ghetto do the talk. It means vesting her in this fate. However much she's changed since we.
तुमने कर ली ये मैंने कर लिया
Let's not get now. If I.
Well, that...
Well, I have heard the traveler is. Oh.
इसका बटन देने में कौन सी बात है मम्मी समझाता दिया हुए वर्ष को
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
क्या करना था चॉप चॉप करने का
The difference in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up without. Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straight. A kind of special. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment. So that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a demonstration instead.
क्या करना है इसमें ही मार
Custom made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food.
मैंने पढ़ा नहीं भाई क्या करना
I need to reduce the temperature. Adaptive frosting. And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this?
Absolutely not. Throwing everything. I'll demonstrate again.
क्या कर रहे हैं गौरव अरे क्या किया
Slowly and carefully. Not.
ले मजा ले को जानते मजा अरे क्या कहते हैं इसको अभी क्या कहते हैं तो क्या
That didn't count. I was experimenting.
सामने बैठ के आइसक्रीम खा रहा हूँ मोमोज खा रहा हूँ अब बैलेंस करता है भाई पूरी चैट
That didn't count.
पढ़ तो
I
ली
was experimenting. Can't believe
तुम्हारी
that a
पूरी
scoffy, eh?
चैट
Everyone's watching.
हाँ अच्छा ऊपर है ही मैं पैदा कर रहा हूँ बीसी अरे भाई सब बच गए भाई डाइट पे क्यों है तुम डाइट पर देख चुका डाइट पे क्यों हो तुम व्रत रोज रखा है क्या और ये करना था क्या ये भी ठीक है रो आए रहे हो परसों ली तुम्हारी चैट
And voila!
बोल्टिंग
Now it's your turn.
अच्छा कम पिया करा करो
Not terrible, but the traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done that goes without saying. Still, credit. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I
क्या
want
करा
each of
करो
you to
भाई
cook
कम
something
पिया
from the
करा
Hotel
करो
du Bois' current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score.
माइनस टू
That's right, the true test of your cooking. How's it going? Have you...
क्या खिलाओ ये खिला दो मैं खा ले गार्लिक ब्रेड गार्लिक
Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose as I...
Pretty good, right? Not to brag.
6 points.
What? Oh, well,
That's 6 out of 100.
Cheers.
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make...
me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tables.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar.
Aww.
Now to the final dish.
So, this is our last hope.
8 points.
Darn. That's bad.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation.
एनिमेशन
I
डाल दे
have to
उन्होंने
give this one...
How did you pull that off?
कितने दिए मिस कर दिया
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish.
Hey, you made that last... Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia
क्या
should
मुझे
keep
सासा
practicing
के
and
चाहिए
Chef
कंचे
Escoffier.
खेलने के लिए
Oh, it's Hilaire.
भाई
What brings
तुम्हारे
you
पास
here?
फोन नंबर है फोन कर
I
लो
heard the news.
And you...
Oh, no,
उससे क्या
I'm the
मांग
one
रहे मैं
not
तो
there
इन्हें लेके
yet.
घूमता हूँ
It's actually my dad who
जब मन
wanted to
करता
help.
जेब से निकाल के किसी को भी दे देता हूँ लो भाई खेलो तुम मजे से
Last I heard, you could barely get
फोन
out of
नहीं
bed.
उठा रहा है
Chef
तुम
Escoffier,
महसूस करते 3-4
I've had
घंटे
enough
लगता
of
अब
sitting
क्या
around at home
फोन
while
करेगा
you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd let...
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
The fact is,
Fima.
I...
प्रोसेस है भाई
That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
आ गया कॉल तो आए ही नहीं वाह
What do you call this?
देख ले भाई लड़ लो एक दूसरे से अब
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again! Again!
बेचारे को टॉर्चर करा गया है बहुत ज्यादा
Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong? I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then will I never be able...
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma. Monica, when did you get here? Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your... But anyway, from all... I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica.
तुम्हारी गलती
During
बहुत
those long
बड़ी
nights of...
Well, come on. She sounds like
स्टोरी कितनी लंबी
She's
है
been
भाई
getting harsher and harsher on us ever
बस
since
ऐसा
she
तुमने
heard
जल्दी क्या
about
स्टोरी
Estathia's new role
और
in the
नीचे
feud
हो
of Sandra. Seems like...
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trap.
Then she orders us to redo the dish again
Well,
and again.
क्या कर रहे
Never
तुम
know what's
हैं?
going to make
जो
her
भी
happy.
पूछो नो नो कर रहे हो तो
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
every time you remake...
Either straighten yourself.
So now,
Oh, man.
the more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily, Fiamma? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me.
गिव अप
And
करेंगे
even
तभी
under
तो
Savannah,
मजा
you talk
आएगा
about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes.
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart
Bad
and my
bets
hands
वाला
were growing
game
heavier.
यार
And maybe Savannah was right.
करो बैड पिक्स
I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to...
But
Even if I had to go...
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will...
And so will I.
Yeah, and... Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's...
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then... Well,
You do this for us?
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for...
I know, but it's... I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I... Well, Paimon didn't...
Great! Being a sponsor...
Please, please, please.
6 चल रहा 7 चल रहा है 7 आएगा मेरे पास
Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your
चाकू
lives.
दिखा कर दिया था नीचे चाकू हम पे एक लग पे चढ़े
That's not a...
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Why, Savannah? Why? Oh, nothing. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something... But I can't find anything. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes... Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew we were. She was a little...
अभी आएगा
why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause and the I wonder if this... Yes. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But, unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of fun, people started gossiping about Savelli. Everything came to... One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Unlikely, still. Beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on. even if it means crack. Really?
नहीं हुआ कितना है 6 से 12 पहले 12 से 12 का है अच्छा वेट जल्दी कौन सा दिन का ये
It's cooking contest day! To the
टाइम करेंगे किंग में आग लगा देंगे
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cook.
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hôtel de Bord and to this most exciting.
Savannah?
क्या बोल रहे हैं आवाज तेज करनी पड़ेगी मेरे ख्याल से
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be. The labels will be placed out of sight under.
As one of the judges, I promise to be.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bord cooking contest commence.
होटल रिपोर्ट रिपोर्ट का
Monica, even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavor. Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work. Do not disappoint me.
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
पहले सारे कहाँ बोल दिया अरे आओ बैलेंस कैसे करना है ठीक है
Calm, Scoffy. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think.
सही लगाइए आप ये क्या चीज है
Come on, traveler!
सासा अनभक्त ठीक है सासा द रियल थेरेपिस्ट सासा द रियल डीलर नॉट डीलर प्रॉपर डीलर अबे ये फिर है चाकू अपने साथ लेके घूमेंगे
No recipe, no problem.
Alphonse! What are you playing at? Not how I taught you to do it! Stop working around and do it again!
Yes, chef.
अबे क्या पहाड़ बनाए जा रहे हो क्या
What do you think?
big deal आज वीडियो करके इतना केक भी ना हो के केक खड़ा हो रहा है
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah's progress.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
The balance of flavors is about right, but the quantity is too low. What are you doing, Escoffier? Your team's waiting on you.
क्या हो गया नहीं कर सकते हैं
Enough! Oh, useless! Both of you, make like an egg and beat it! I'll do it myself.
अरे मेरे
Wow! Is Savannah serious? Can she really make up for lost time working alone?
अबे मतलब मैं तो ऐसे फेंक दी अपने आप को फिर
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
बिल्डिंग में बिल्डिंग खड़ी कर देंगे
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg.
बेटी से नहीं पा रहा क्या बेटी भाग रही है
Pinnacle of excellence!
ओके स्केल टी
I was just exercising caution. I had to make sure everything was perfect.
क्या टीम बताई तुमने क्या हो गया भाई मेरा कुछ आगे जल्दी करो यार
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
बैक यार्ड में ले जाओ अपनी डिशेस
We both made the same dish after all.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10.
yeah.
Only because there's something about the flavor of the bait.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and already this aroma.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a
किसका
gâteau
बता रहे
for the
हैं
ages.
किसका टेस्ट कर रहे हो
How
तुम
exciting! I think maybe.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made this?
It appears the decision is unanimous. The
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking contest.
What? It's Savannah?
No,
मैंने जीत
that's
गई
impossible.
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plate.
Well, someone's a sore loser.
These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Vanishem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to... Isn't it more like...
You take that, judges! We demand
नहीं होगा नहीं catch. मोनिका ने plate बदलती.
That's enough. What's done as head chef, or rather as team lead, Savannah? I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking...
If you want the Codex to bore that much, you can have it.
Scofier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? When I'm off. But only on the...
So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any...
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss. Just a word of advice from a fellow chef. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing.
Alright, fine. I'm glad.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer! Finally. Now, at long last.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this? Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that...
It's alright. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
चिल्ला.
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
गिर गई बेचारी.
Savannah!
कमजोरी से गिर गई.
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-ups.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
But why? Why would she do that?
Our best guess is she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than a scout.
And even so...
Yeah, and...
About that.
Leone...
जरा मैं पानी लेके
We should take a break after all that running around. Yeah, let's rest here for a bit.
How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow. My potted plant on the porch has died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time. How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see. 1, 2... not so many as I thought. I'll get to them tomorrow.
Yes. Definitely.
Well, how is it?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure to taste test it before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this whatever's going on.
Safety.
But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with a scuff, but the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use—
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you!
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up?
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had my own reasons for leaving the Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor. So, you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter when you're pan-searing foie gras. Oh, well, I'm not saying you should tell Vanish M to mark down your performance. Good. Now, back to Savannah. What?
I have my suspicions. Not that I've got any proof to back them up, though.
Ugh. What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the difference was so small. I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers.
Still, as head chef, it's easy. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over.
Yeah, I'm thinking back.
She wants to prove that she could, but after countless setbacks, and at some point...
Adding Escoffier?
For
what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details from her recipes when she copied them out. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex, only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It overwhelmed her, and she passed out.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without a scoff?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
All this time, I've been blaming other people.
Blaming garbage. Blame garbage.
I sincerely... Let's give her the day to calm down.
In that case, I'll go and update Vermont as...
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
Whew, that was a long day.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna...
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year they migrate long distances, and Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the idea. But what those poets don't know, once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue. So the truth is that leadership, with all, I guess cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredient, of course, some people have a more. I'd have no reason to expect so much. And come tomorrow.
Sempre bajट 5 बजे 5 बजे से 7 बजे डांडिया खेलने बस डांडिया
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with Vanisham isn't for a while. Check on her? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? All right. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here, or we could just grab a cup of coffee.
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 Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up in your sleep. Wait.
I'll save it for whenever.
Escoffier, have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. So, only to find an empty house with the doors wide. I left Alphonse and the other. If she's not here, boss. Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her house.
Oh, looks like a map.
Wait a. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modeste explored on his adventure. Yeah, but
the Codex de.
Seriously?
Ugh.
Hold on.
It was you. It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident? And not Monica after all?
Retrieve the Codex by any means necessary. So the cooking contest and the cheating. Someone else.
She's keeping the true recipe to herself.
Ugh, this is all such a mess. Paimon needs a second to process this. First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But now, it turns out that someone else forced Savannah to force Monica to cheat?
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put 2 and 2 together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident. The demand for a cooking, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan.
Novelette sent someone to contact us this morning! That must mean we should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
भाई गिरना जाता हूँ ट्रायल में क्यों नहीं हुआ है अरे कहाँ है इन्हें दिख रही ये तो बहुत पसंद है
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
आज तो प्ले किधर गया
All right, let's head off.
What exactly is teamwork?
I await your instruction.
आया जरा 5 मिनट
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah, definitely the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here? Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking.
Well...
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never...
There's no time for that. A dash of frosting!
Blubber beasts or not, are we...
Trust me, they'll...
Oh, good question.
Yes, we can...
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come back again. Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The track turned back again. Oh, so annoying. again.
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Today, it's finally paying. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my— Hey, go scout— Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning, I'd—
Don't be— You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her— So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain. That she deliberately hid first idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship, only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this.
I am no Savelli. No.
Oh, You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking.
You're right.
Ooh.
I somehow—
What?
Ever since I learned the truth, I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You. Oh, you're too much. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in—
No.
Revenge is a dish best served. You're a lousy chef. And
everything I ever did was a failure. And now—
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her alive! Escoffier and the Traveler.
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by—
A recipe! Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his gâteau de bourg, and—
Are you serious?
He and Savelli— We're talking about a— That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that—
Will you listen to your—
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure.
Wait, what's that sound?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh, Savannah's gone too!
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward.
That's true.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route.
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping.
Into the wind. Cryo Incarnate!
Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. A dash of frosting! It seems to really like the texture of Rome Maritime flowers. A little of this boost. and inspired Milan. Obey! Shit!
One with nature.
Hold the line.
Sakura swirl! I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and Romaritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Time to go. Time to go.
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste and Savelli, do you think they camped here?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date.
Huh, trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff, just like you're a pro in the kitchen. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's deaf and... Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her...
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since I've last visited these roots. Exactly. Sad. The treasure of our limited stock. He was praised as a... Modeste tried his best. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends, and I told myself that, or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing, unfortunately...
So it was...
I always thought it...
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste?
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed, being the perfect, but as he baked, it was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitter. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses. In hindsight, over the course of the finest culinary talent of his generation, now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything. And because we had become estranged, I cannot be there yet despite everything.
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica...
So, Modeste also...
Modeste told me Did he hope I would gain? But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, what would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn I cannot. I will do what it may lead his family to suspect. I would rather the world believe that the final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say...
So we thought, but if Monica...
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last... But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria... Oh... It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's the deal with that jar?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never harm anyone again. So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening. All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you
Oh, shut your pie hole!
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
The wind knows me.
Take your true form!
Hold the line!
Into the wind.
Why is this place still shaking? Enough chit-chat. Let's go.
Okay, I'm coming.
Oh, no you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it. When did you... I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Finish him!
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and...
We had to do something.
I don't... It was my fault. Escoffier had to leave. Come back, Escoffier.
Okay, so...
Huh?
If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure.
Things were pretty...
Our customers know at the end of the...
No,
Well, about that...
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firmal? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you, but...
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was purely psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking. And then, and as it turns out...
No way!
It can. A small dose might simply...
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your...
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risk...
There's...
You mean...
Oh...
Let's not be too quick to blame So you better make sure you reflect...
I will. I'm sorry. Is it just...
It's because the heating element...
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy between the temperature setting and the actual all the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, it's pretty obvious that Monica must have tampered with them. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off.
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the problem in just one night? It all comes back to one simple...
Oh, do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years! And you've been head chef now for what? You clearly have no idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my... Genius or not, you're only a... Surely you...
Aw, what a perfect end...
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks.
Aw, friends again! So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
But that was mostly Monica's fault.
Right. And also...
No excuses. This is a cooking contest between 2 top chefs, and nothing will stand. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is...
Hey!
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
brightly too.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
मैंने सोचा बस बाल बड़े हैं उसके।
Now, where were we? I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where, so I just improved. Well, a while back, she has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, blizzard, there's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those—
What? Paimon didn't—
And the other half?
Uh-oh. Paimon said—
In the meantime—
Alright!
Oh, of course. I've already—
Surely Monica— She practically dedicated her—
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorian— Don't forget, it was— And as for the Lumen, even if Sibeli had—
So after all that, feels strange to say about Paimon—
Hey! Huh? You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special— Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Remoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be—
Isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. Ad Astra. Thank you for complete.
Thank you for permitting, no, inviting me to join you.
I have high hopes for this journey.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Ready to ride. Bring it. Rise with the sun.
Be sanctified.
This realm.